guys, today I'm filming the second update for my year-long project pan, and I'm so excited to share with you the things that I have finished since last time. If you did not see my intro, my first update, I will have my playlist linked up in the cards. And at the beginning of the year, I chose this big group of products that I hoped to finish by the end of the year. So my focus for this year would be more full-size products. In the past, I've always added in a lot of sample size things in order to finish more products, which I think is wonderful, but a lot of times I'm getting minis for free and I'm paying for full-size products. So I really wanted to prioritize full-size items this year, and I was feeling a little bit discouraged about whether I would actually finish that many things. But as I've seen so far this year, I've been getting through several products quicker than I even initially expected. A lot of things, a lot of categories. I only put 2 products into this project, thinking they'd take me about 6 months each. For some things they are taking longer, but some products I've gotten through quicker, which is great because it means I can work on more items, hopefully. And the other things I kept in mind when picking my products for this year would be items that were either old in my collection or products that I liked, but not enough to repurchase because I am wanting to move more products out. So I feel really happy with all the things that I've chosen so far, and I have been able to make a ton of progress. I have a few items I'll be rolling into this project in this update as well. Since last update, I was able to finish off 6 makeup products, which is amazing, and these are all full-size items. A lot of these were in my spring project pan. I tried to keep some things just in this project and some things just in my seasonal project so they don't completely overlap. But when I put these year-long products into seasonal projects, I'm really focusing on them, and it makes sure that I don't end up forgetting about any of these products. So let me show you the things that I've finished in the past 2 months, starting with this Vesca Soft Sun Radiant Skin Primer in Sunrise. It had a nice warmer yellowy shimmer to it, and it was very subtle, super pretty. This is a nice glowy primer. It didn't make me too oily, but Vesca is a brand that is no longer around, unfortunately. I'm so glad I got to try this out. And the reason that I focused on this, because it's not my oldest, is because this has a 6-month shelf life and I had already had it for over a year. So I'm glad that I got to use this up before it started smelling or performing in an odd way. It was still just as good as when I purchased it, but yeah, I have other glowy primers I like better, so I wouldn't buy this even if I could. Next, I finished the Sigma Spectrum Color Correcting Duo in light to medium. I'll have a picture on the screen of where I was last time. I had pan on both shades, and now it is completely used up. The pans in here are pretty shallow, and this is a really nice creamy product. I actually quite enjoyed this. A lot of people loved the Becca under eye corrector. I never liked that one. I found the shade to be too pinky and brightening, so it didn't really do much for me under my eyes, and it was too heavy and too creamy, and it creased on me. This is a hydrating consistency, but not as much as the Becca, which worked much better for me. I also love that one shade was a little more pinky and one more peach. This is a very nice product. Not something, however, that I would repurchase because it's not a step that I need. I feel like I am able to get enough coverage with just a concealer. So it feels fantastic to have finished it up, but not a must-have for me. Along with that, I also finished my Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder in Vanilla Bean, and I did take out the sifter. This only comes in 4 colors, and this does actually leave quite a bit of a tint on the skin, so I would love to see them expand this shade range. I think the packaging is beautiful. Same with the corrector. I love the color, and it feels like good quality. This was a fine powder, but I like something that leaves me a little bit more matte, and it was too dark for me. It worked fine with the foundation that I panned it with, but I am gonna just stick to my Dermablend loose powder over this one. But I do think if you have a dry, normal combo skin type, you would like this one. I would say if you're oily, it's not bad, but not the most mattifying. Then I did finally finish my Urban Decay Deslick setting spray. This is their oil control spray. It is fine, but I honestly do not notice a difference between this and the original all-nighter. So I'm gonna just stick with the all-nighter, but full-size setting sprays take me a really long time to get through. I ended up using this as a primer and setting spray. Not sure how much it did for the longevity of my makeup using it as primer and setting spray, but it didn't do anything bad, so I'm glad I was able to get through it a little bit quicker. Then finally, I have finished up my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rush. This is something I have been working on since the beginning of the year, actually December, because that's when I start using my winter makeup. And this is a lovely product. You guys know how much I love the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. Rush was a really pretty purple shade, but it had a blue pink duochrome to it. It was very special, but it's not a color I wear enough that I need it in a full size. If it popped up as a 100-point perk in a mini, I might get it. And in general, if you see a mini Bobbi Brown or Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, it probably is worth your points because I think the value is like $13 for a mini. So very happy that I finished this up because it was older, but not a color that I have to have. And lastly, I have the Lunar Beauty Lip Oil in the shade Dare Me, which was basically clear. It was just peach scented, and I use this up as a purse lip balm. I love this fuzzy applicator. This was a really nice formula. It did feel nice and hydrating on the lips. It wasn't too thick, but it wasn't thin and slippery either. I really love the consistency of this. I just don't love the peach scent. I'm more of a mint scent person, but I would not repurchase this because I went through it a little bit too quickly, and I just prefer a lip color that has at least some pigment to it. But those are my 6 empties. So now moving on to the items that I have left, starting with some perfume. For spring and summer, I was going to be using Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I have this full size 3.4 ounce, which is pretty old in my collection. And then I also have this little travel spray Scentbird size. And I'm basically working on both of them. I told you guys that I was gonna be saving this one for a beach trip this summer. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to go on the beach trip because I need to save my PTO for maternity leave. But I think for now, I'm still going to just save this for maybe any weekend trips that we might have, and I will focus on my full size. That's what I've been doing. And that is why I have no progress since my last update, but there's not a ton left, so it shouldn't take me long to knock it out once I decide I want to focus on this one, but I probably will just use this for travel until it gets towards the end of summer. And then I have my full size bottle. I was here last time, now I'm all the way down here. So this is 2 months worth of progress. So I do think it is possible, if I wear this every day, for me to finish both of these by the end of August. So 4 more months, I can see it being done then. And this bottle is so annoying. Almost every single time I press down on it, it sticks and I have to pull it back up, and I wonder if I'm using less product because of that. And I think maybe at first, but now I literally do pull it up after every squirt and I feel like it's fine. I did try to see if there was a way that I could like twist off the top, and because I have little baby funnels, pour it into this. Not gonna work. It doesn't look like it's gonna come off easily. I don't wanna break it, so I will just go through the hassle until it's gone. And I know with other atomizers, you just like pull this part off and then pump it on there. The Scentbird ones are not like that. I would have to pour it in, and I don't want to buy another atomizer just to use for this. So like I said, I'll just deal with the annoyance, but I think it's gonna last me right up until the end of summer, but that's okay. It is a fragrance that I love. And then the other perfume I have in this project is this travel spray size of Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. You can see I've already used about half of this and I have put it to the side. It's something I will bring out in fall and hope to finish by the end of the year. This one is in my project because I also have a full-size bottle of it and I don't feel like I need the both. Then for makeup, for primer, I only have one left because I did finish the other two. And this is the Murad Oil and Pore Control Mattifier. and this has 0.8 fluid ounces in it, which is a ton of product. And this formula, I can't use as much of it as I can hydrating or glowy primers because it will sort of ball up on itself. So I'm really curious to see how long it's going to take me to get through this. I have not used it at all yet. This is brand new. It is something I will start using in June when I start using my summer makeup products. I'm going to be saying that a lot with the complexion products that are upcoming. I also have this Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. I actually finished my initial one in last update, but I decided to roll my back up just to track the progress. I do not have a goal of finishing this by the end of the year. So brand new, this was weighing 1.529 ounces and now it weighs 1.325. I've been pretty good about using this, but some days I haven't because I feel like it can ball up on me. But I am right in between this set of words and this set of words. So I don't know, that looks pretty good. And then the foundation I have in this project is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, the matte version. And I have not used this one yet this year either. I will start working on this one in June. So it still weighs what it did at the intro, which was 1.634 ounces. And then I have my current under eye corrector and concealer combo. So for the corrector, I started using this as soon as I finished the Sigma. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Under Eye Brightener in number 2 Melon. It is super duper messy. I squeeze out the tiniest bit and it still will last me 2 to 3 applications before I need to squeeze any more. So my assumption is that this might be done by the end of August. So that would give me 4 more months to try to finish this. And I'm hoping that I can do it. Like I said, I only need such a small amount. I'm not sure, but that is what I'm gonna be aiming for. I'm gonna use it every day and we'll just see when it gets finished by. So at my intro, this weighed 0.507 ounces and now it weighs 0.477. So that's some pretty good progress. And then for my under eye concealer, I've already been using this for I think like a month and a half. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer in the color 12 in Fair Neutral. This is feeling pretty light and you can see some windowing in here. And I am actually thinking that I can finish this in June or July. So for the rest of this month, I'm going to just see how much product I can get out of here. You can see I do have a decent amount on the doe foot. And then at the very end of the month, I'll take the stopper out, see how much is left. So I think at the latest, this will be done in July, which is great. Again, I only had rolled into this project 2 correctors and 2 concealers thinking it would take me all year, but I'm getting through them a little bit quicker. Because of that, I've decided to roll in another corrector and concealer. I had done a series on my channel a little over a month ago about which of my makeup products would I repurchase, and I did a little recap and I featured several products that I would like to pan, and my thoughts were working on them in 2024, but if I had time this year, I might want to work on some of them now. So that's where these came from. So for the corrector, it would actually be this Dominique Cosmetics Concealer in Oat Milk. It's a little too dark for me, so it works better as a corrector. And then I have the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum in the light shade, which this has as much product as the Tarte. So I'm thinking that if I have 4 months for the Dominique Cosmetics and 5 or 5.5 possibly for the NYX, then I think I actually stand a chance of finishing them. I'm actually feeling much more confident about the concealers than I am about the correctors, but we'll see what happens. But I am officially rolling these into the project, but you won't see any progress on these for a little while, but I just was too excited to wait until future update to add them in. Then for powder, I only have 1 left as well. That would be the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, something that I also will start using in summer. We'll see how long it takes me to get through this. I might need to mix this with my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder if it ends up looking too dark, but we will see. So this is still weighing at 3.146 ounces. So then I have my liquid and cream cheek products. First would be the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer. I'm using this to deepen my foundation, and Unfortunately, I barely needed to use it at all this spring because the foundation I was working on was a pretty good match, especially with my Sigma powder, which was a little bit deep. So this literally went from an intro weight of 1.650. Last update was 1.632, and today is 1.631. So hardly any progress at all. I don't know how this is gonna go this year, but I'm not gonna remove it. Then I had my Iconic London Sheer Bronze and Caramel Glow. I use this a lot over top of my foundation on days for work. Over this past month, I didn't use it as much because I got a couple of cream bronzers in the Sephora sale, so I was testing those, but I will get back into using this. But at the intro, this weighed 0.509 ounces, last update 0.472, and today 0.370. So very good progress on this. And then on days where I'm filming, I am using the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seychelles. The dip has gotten much bigger. I was hoping that I might hit pan, but I'm not quite there yet. I was really focusing this on the past couple of days, seeing if I can make it happen, but I can't. So I'm gonna go back to using this on filming days and balancing that with using the Iconic London on work days. Then I have my Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlight in Opal, and I did a pretty good job the first month of using this. This past month, I didn't do as good of a job, and I think there's some air in here, but I had that I was up here, and now it seems that I am down below the F in flower. That's pretty good. Okay. I wasn't sure if I felt like continuing to use this, but I will. I will keep working on it, see if I can finish it this year. That's making me feel pretty hopeful. But I know a lot of people that have the Charlotte Tilbury products like this, you think you're almost done and then it takes forever. I feel like this sometimes does not jive with my face powder. So I'm trying some different things and I feel like it looks fine from far away. Close up, not as good, but now that I see that progress, I'm gonna keep working on this. So at my intro, this weighed 0.753 ounces. Last update, 0.734. Today, 0.716. So some progress there. And lastly for face, I have one setting spray left, the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray. I have not started using this yet. I will work on this in summer, and I probably will also use this as a primer and setting spray to try to have this finished by the end of fall. I've used this before, but not as a primer spray, so we'll see how that works. And now I have eye and lip products left. I do want to roll in one eyebrow product, and that would be the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is something just for fun I want to track the progress on. I recently was sent this one in PR in the shade 2.5, and the last Goof Proof pencil I used, I was so mad because I kept having it break, and this one is so much creamier, and I think the Goof Proof was just getting a little old in my backup drawer. So because I'm working on a fresh one, it's much creamier, so I'm curious to see how quickly I go through it. I've only used it a couple of times so far. I'm thinking that this is gonna take me absolutely ages, maybe like 6 months or something. I don't know, but I'm just wanting to track this for fun. So I will mark it on a piece of paper, but this is how much I have, which is a lot. And I, of course, am using this in combination with my Benefit Precisely My Brow to help draw on the shape, and then this to fill in the middle. And then I have my Anastasia eye primer. This is the one that I am using on days where I am filming. I'm using my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Original on work days, and I'm actually getting low on both of them. So I'm crossing my fingers that these will both last me, or at least one of them will last me until the fall 21 Days of Beauty, and then I'll hope that the Urban Decay is in there like it usually is. But I am getting through these so much quicker than I am used to working through eye primers. So at the intro, this was weighing 0.338 ounces. Last update, 0.306, and today 0.264. I absolutely love this. A little goes a long way. And again, I don't want to waste it because I don't have a ton of eye primer. So I am using just a little bit at a time, but I absolutely love this product. And I'm so glad with the way that I'm using my eye primers this year because I had neglected it last year. This also has a 6-month shelf life, but I've had it for more than that and it's working just fine. Then I have my other shadow stick. This is the Balm Batter Up in the shade Curveball. I will check my paper progress to see if there is any. I think I've used it a handful of times, but not a ton. But last time I surprised myself with the progress, so we'll see. But this is how much I have left. I too will start focusing on this in summertime, and I definitely feel confident this will be done by the end of the year. I will scoop out the extra product as always, but I'm so happy with my shadow stick progress this year. Then I have the shadows that I'm using to set my primer. So here we have Illamasqua Matte Powder in Intrigue. It's just a beautiful matte white, and I will use this up and then repress some from my larger Illamasqua compact, and I'm hoping to finish that whole thing by the end of the year. But I don't know if I had any pan last time or just a little bit, but I do have quite a bit now, which is really exciting. So we'll see if this could be done by next time. And then to set the primer in my crease, I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation in Fair 120N. I had hit a little bit of pan and then the powder broke, so I did have to repress it. So this is going to take me ages as well. I think when I get to fall, I probably will start using this as an actual face powder in some way, but it's working fine to set my primer for now. And then for my lip products, I'm actually going to remember to show this to you this time. I usually have to put in a picture, which I will still do because I think you'll see the progress a little bit easier. For my lip scrub, I'm using the Kaja Balmy Bento in Pina Colada. And this is all I have left, just some around the edges. I have been keeping this in my shower, been using it pretty consistently about every other time just to make sure it's not too much on my lips. And I like this. I don't love it. I actually think this could be finished by next update. If there's anything left, it'll be just a small amount, but I'm excited to look at my picture progress to see how much I've been through, but I know it's been a lot, and I don't love the balm on the top, so I'm not worried about that. But for my nighttime lip balm, I have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Peppermint. This is a full size. Hopefully you can tell that I have used quite a bit. Not half yet, but almost. And I did decide to weigh this, but I didn't do it until last update. So last update it was weighing 2.020 ounces. Today, 1.901. So I am pretty happy with that. And I'm just gonna continue to use this at night. I am expecting this to take me until about the end of the year, which is fine. Then I told you guys I was gonna be working on some almost clear products as purse lip balms this year. And I have finished 2 of the 3 that I put in this project. The one that I have left, I'm the most nervous about. This is a MAC Glow Play Lip Balm in Sweet Treat. It does have a little bit of color, but it's essentially clear, very sheer. And this is a pretty hydrating formula, a little bit thicker compared to some of my other tinted balms. I think it's gonna take me ages to go through. I don't know how much I'm going to like it. And I know I should start working on this now, but I'm not gonna focus on it until fall. I actually have been putting some other little mini products in my spring project to get through. And then I do have a few that I wanna put in my summer project, just other essentially clear glosses to use as my purse balm. And just because I know this one is gonna take me ages, I would rather try to get some more items out of my collection. So this is where I am focusing on some minis, and I totally feel fine with that. And I am blowing through them, which is great because my gloss inventory numbers are pretty high. So as many as I can knock out without wasting them, love that for me. Then for colored lip products, I have 3 glosses left, and I do think it's possible I could get through all these in 6 months. I think it's gonna be very tight, but we'll just see how they go. So my plan for summer is to start by using the Tower 28 Milky Lip Jelly and Coconut. This is where I'm at. I've heard that these are pretty quick to get through, but I have not tried panning one of the milky ones. So we'll see. And then when this is done, I'll start using one of these others. So this is my Rowan Liquid Lip Balm in Charlie. I have a backup of this one, and it's a clean beauty brand, which is why I want to use this up. Tower 28. This is my oldest gloss from them, and I have heard that these go bad quicker than other brands. And then my third one is the NARS Oil Infused Lip Tint in Primal Instinct. And I have made a little bit of progress on this one, just using it here and there depending on my makeup look. So last update, this weighed 1.189 ounces. Now it's 1.181. So I'm fine with that. This was not a focus product for me yet. So when it comes to finishing all 3 of these almost brand new full-size lip glosses, I am feeling hopeful, but not overly confident. So guys, that was my second update for my year-long project pan. So excited about those 6 empties. I had 3 roll-ins and I'm making really good progress on a lot of these items, but I am at a place where next update, you might not see a ton of progress because I'm not starting on a lot of these things until June. So a lot of these items, you're gonna see a month's worth of progress by my next update. In this last month of my spring project, I'm just finishing off some random products from my collection. So definitely make sure you check out that update in case you wanna see the other makeup products that I'm working on. And I am also doing a year-long non-makeup project pan where I'm focusing on hair, skin, and body products in case you're interested in that as well. I would love to hear what projects you are doing right now and what items you are working on. And I would love to hear your thoughts if you have tried any of these products or especially if you've panned them. But I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.